This is an absolute critical period of time right now we are living in for the silver price and the gold price. We're going to talk about all this in this live recorded video. Thank you for being here. Please subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up. Let's go out and take a look at the silver chart because I discovered something that I think is absolutely astounding. Let's make sure we've got you on the right screen, which we do, guys. This is the silver price in the futures market, $33.16. Now, this is a one-year chart, as you can see circled right here. And the red line at the top is the current silver price, $33.16. The red line at the bottom is at $30. We are building a massive base within this area between $30 and $33. If you look, we spent very little time above the $33 range in the last year, but we've also spent an equally small amount of time below $30. That means I would estimate at least 80 to 85% of the year the silver price has fluctuated somewhere between $30 and $33 an ounce. But what does that mean? That means something very, very simple. We are consolidating within that area, building a rock solid base from which the price can go much, much higher. I'm predicting $60 per ounce silver by April 1st, 2026. And that can happen because all those people that have sold in the last year in that area between $30 and $33, they're gone. They were the non-believers. What we have now is a whole new crop of people who believe that the silver price will go much, much higher. And as it does go higher, when we break through, and we're going to listen to what Michael Oliver has to say about the silver price breaking through $35 going to $36, they're not going to want to sell, right? We got a lot of people who have bought silver. Are you one of them within this $30 to $33 range? We're going to get back to silver in a second, but let's go take a look at the gold chart and see what's happening there today as well. Gold's also taking it a little bit on the chin. In the futures market, we are exactly at $3,300 per ounce. But man, take a look at this chart. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist or a technical analyst to see this, right? Just nothing but a pure uptrend in the gold price. It's going to get very interesting. Now, the stock markets are flying higher today while we have gold and silver, at least for now, taking it a little bit on the chin. Have you noticed that the markets have become very sensitive, or the gold and silver price in particular, very sensitive to the tariff news that comes out? On Friday, we had big tariff news that Europe was going to be levied 50% tariffs, Apple 25%. That created problems in the general markets, but was very good for the gold and silver price. Then over the weekend, magically, and it's not becoming much of a surprise, and this is not a political statement whatsoever. I am apolitical on this channel. You're free to believe whatever you like, but Trump once again reverses his stance on tariffs. We saw that after the initial tariff announcement on that Wednesday about 5 or 6 weeks ago. So it's going to be interesting here as we're building a solid base in silver between that $30 and $33 range. With gold, the critical level in my mind right now has been moved up to $3,200. I will predict that I think what we're going to see is a lessening of this sensitivity to the tariff news, but things are crazy out there. Okay, we've got tariff news going on. We have the fiscal situation in the United States, the debt market situation, because the U.S. debt level, the fiscal scenario that our leaders have put us into is beginning to get attention from more and more people as being a major problem. But we've got geopolitical turmoil from Reuters. Trump over the weekend says Vladimir Putin has, quote, gone absolutely crazy, and that he's considering now more sanctions on Russia. I mean, guys, it is a literal clown show out there right now in the world geopolitical arena, a very scary situation. I think all of this, all of the uncertainty, all of the fiscal irresponsibility, all of the fighting going on between nations will only serve to support the gold and silver prices as we go forward. Let's go out to this great article that we got from the Investing News Network. $200 silver. All right. Who is saying this and why are they saying this? Now, we talked last week about what Eric Sprott had said about the manipulation going on in the markets, but we're going to focus on what Michael Oliver had to say today. Is the silver price poised to break out? In red, over the past year, silver has tested $35 twice. We saw that on that previous chart that we looked at. Using technical analysis, Oliver compared this to how the silver price tested resistance at the $26 level 3 times before breaking out. What he's seen in momentum indicators now is similar to what happened at that time. In the lead up, momentum was flat, but once silver hit $26 per ounce, momentum saw an immediate 10% gain. Quote, it came back up a third time to $26. Watch out. It blew your head off, he said. Okay. You go back to $35 again, and the price says, you better watch out. I'm at a triple top. And if I go to $36, it's a triple top breakout. That's where we're getting these predictions from me and from other analysts out there that once we get through $36 per ounce, guys, it's Katie bar the door. We're going to get to 40 lickety split. It's going to happen, faster than my kids take money out of my wallet. It's no joke. Once we get above $36 per ounce in silver, we're off to the races. Okay. He says, quote, the only issue now, which week punches up there to that 10% over level. I think, who knows? It might even be tomorrow, but I think soon we will get up there. So good things to come in the silver market. Let's go take a look at a couple charts from our friend Rashad. He's always putting some great charts onto X. Here he says gold broke out from a bull flag by all metrics. Now, if we zoom in on this chart, okay, this was from a few days ago, so we may be back down retesting this, but this is a bull flag. Do you see hold on here. This is like a flag, okay? And this is the pole. That's called a bull flag. We did break out. We'll have to see how the price action ends today, ends this week, to see if we continue in that direction. Now, this morning, we got another chart saying gold's rising bearish wedge is broken. I want your opinion on this because I think even though the price is down, what he is pointing out here is this wedge. Let me get my crayons out for you and let me share the right screen. Here we go. Okay. Make sure you guys are on the right screen with me. Sorry, this is live, so we're going to have some accidents. All right, here we go. This is the bearish rising wedge. As you can see, these two lines are coming together like a wedge, okay? The breakout of that, even though it's down, okay, may be a good thing because if we're able to develop, again, more support in this 3200s way down here, we got a lot of area in here that we can build. We can consolidate and build support. So the fact that we broke out of what is a bearish pattern, even though it may be painful for now, in the long run, could prove to be a very, very good thing. What about the big macro reasons, the reasons that are supporting the gold and silver market? Hey, look, guys, and again, thank you for joining me here in the basement. I hope you feel like you found a home away from home. You belong here. Okay, we're the basement dwellers that love to talk about silver, gold, precious metals. We've got a lot of crypto people also who are very interested in the metals. Everyone is welcome. Okay, please subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, because what we're essentially talking about here is investing outside of the fiat money system, outside of the paper money system that a lot of us have grown disillusioned with, I guess you can say. It doesn't mean that we're not patriotic, right? I've got an American flag hanging back there somewhere behind me. I love this country. I love, and I bet you do too, what the founding fathers set out for us. But next, we're going to look at 3 big reasons why we can feel comfortable that we're making the decision to buy precious metals, to store some of our wealth outside of the mainstream fiat-based monetary system. First, I want to say thank you to First Mint. They sponsor the gold and silver content here in Ron's Basement. First Mint is a silver mint in Las Vegas, Nevada, making world-class silver products. They're owned by First Majestic Silver, the big silver miner with massive silver mining operations in Mexico. So what's very unique about First Mint is they actually mine the silver in Mexico. It gets shipped to Las Vegas, Nevada, where it's turned into these wonderful, unique products, and then it goes directly to you. From the mine, fresh silver, to the mint, to you. Did you notice something? There's something missing there. Yeah, the COMEX and the LBMA, the big paper markets, they aren't touching this. They are bringing silver directly from the mine to you, and it's really, really awesome stuff. Here's a Year of the Snake round that they produce. Just absolutely stunning. Take a look at that. Now, you can check this out on their website as well. I love silver, but this is a beautiful coin. And on the back side, we have the Chinese lunar calendar, I believe it is, where it has even more detail and all the different animals that are on that lunar calendar. Here's their website, firstmint.com. There's the Year of the Snake, and there's the Year of the Dragon. They have bars, 5 ounce, 10 ounce, 1 kilo, and let's get back to that buffalo with the Indian head on there. Free shipping over $199. They got great selection, great service, and and most importantly, it's a company you can trust, right? Like I said, they're owned by First Majestic Silver. That's Keith Neumeyer's company. Everybody in the silver sector knows Keith Neumeyer. He's a leader in the precious metals sector. So check out First Mint, check out what they have to offer, and thank you, First Mint, for sponsoring Ron's Basement. Okay, guys, this came from the Silver Academy. Here's 3 big reasons. Global trust meltdown ignites unprecedented surge in gold and silver demand. Did you know this? I didn't know this. Look at this, guys. Over the past year, the gold price is up $1,000 per ounce. I didn't realize it was that dramatic. Again, we looked at this chart earlier, but unbelievable. But what are the 3 big reasons why the U.S. dollar will continue to fall? And when the dollar falls, silver and gold will go up. Erosion of trust among nations. The dollar's decline is not merely a story of tariffs or trade policy. It's rooted in profound lack of trust amongst nations. Think about it. When countries don't trust each other, they don't want to hold each other's currencies. If they want to store value, about the only option they have at this point is gold, which will explain why the gold by central bank gold purchases are through the roof. Okay, number 2, global debt in the flight to tangible value, right? World debt right now is what? At a staggering global, they say 313 trillion. I've heard 330 trillion, no matter what, right? It's unbelievable. In the United States, we're what, 38 trillion dollars in debt. Remember, 1 trillion is a million times a million. There's so much debt out there that it's like almost impossible that everybody will get paid off. The only way they can get paid off is with diluted, less valuable dollars. And when the dollar gets less valuable, we will have high inflation and we will have higher gold and silver prices. Number 3, gold is sanction proof and politically neutral. Think about it, right? Right? That's another big reason why countries are moving away from sanctions, right? The weaponization of the dollar, which a lot of people are saying, look, it's not just me. A lot of people are saying is not a good thing. The use of the dollar as a weapon with sanctions. So in countries afraid that if they don't do exactly what the powers that be tell them to do, that they can be sanctioned, that they can lose their money. So instead, what are they doing? They're putting it into precious metals. Maybe some of the same reasons why you've decided to keep money into precious metals. The final thing I want to talk about was silver, and I'm doing another video later in the week that really dives into this further. But I was shocked to learn this about silver. According to the Silver Institute, the most recent data that I saw, over 200 million ounces of silver are used each year in what? Jewelry. And I'm telling you, I am a firm believer that the demand for silver jewelry, and the data shows this, is already picking up, but I think it's going to explode for many, many reasons outside of my keen fashion sense, right? You just have this idea that a lot of people, middle class people, average people, can't afford gold jewelry anymore. And look, nobody get mad at me here. I don't want anybody throwing eggs or no mean comments, or no more than the average number of mean comments that you leave for me. But I've always thought silver is actually prettier than gold. So, but let's take a step back. Okay, there's about 800 million ounces of silver mined every year. If 200 million of them are used in jewelry, and if that number starts to increase by 10, 20%, which is what I'm predicting, right? And there's a little double bonus on top of that. If investor demand for silver picks up in the West, in the United States, that could be the imbalance that sets off an unbelievable run in the silver price. Do you see why I'm talking about $60 silver by April 1st of 2026? I'm a firm believer. Okay, it's going to be a fun ride. The one thing I know for sure is that it's a big honor when you join me here in the basement. Again, thank you for being here. If you've enjoyed your time in the basement, I'd really like you to come back. Okay, please subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and super chat, super thanks, whatever, donations are always very much appreciated. Number one, be good to yourself. Okay, have a great day, and I will see you soon.